Welcome to Radio Fixer's channel. Subscribe for upcoming videos. I want to take this time and thank each of you who sent me messages, schematics, documents, pictures, advertising, suggestion and uplifting notes. I really appreciate you. You guys are absolutely incredible people. I hope these videos can assist others to preserve those historical radios so future generations can enjoy them as much as we do. If you are a new subscriber, I highly suggest going back and reviewing part 1, where we discussed how to disassemble the radio. In this coming episode, we are focusing on cleaning the circuit board, removing rust due to the battery corrosion, checking for cold soldering joints, they call it bad soldering connection, check for broken trace on PC board, check for broken wire connection, identifying and replacing capacitors, also identifying and replacing resistor, and check all IF-CAN transformers and other parts and make sure they are operational. I hope you all enjoy this video. Take care. Okay, we're going to start from cleaning first. I have to be very careful with this. I'm going to try to clean those areas with this. So let's clean this out. Seems like it's a battery connection, of course, here. Somehow I need to take it out of the board and fix it. It's rusted pretty bad. Okay, this thing was totally frozen. Now it opened up. Okay, that's good. I just closed it so I don't damage it. It need to be lubricated. Oh, those are all capacitor. After cleaning, I can't read them now. Let me get the cotton swab and clean this up. Okay, this board is at least cleaned a little bit so I can see what's going on. It was so dirty I could not see. Definitely this is all rust out. I have to take that out. Oh man, all these wires are so dried. I have a hard time to bend them. I like to say this is soft, but these are so hard. Okay, they're at least a little better. Alright, I cleaned all this rust. Tons of rust came out. You see the screw now is part of the metal. I don't know if you can see it or not. I tried to open it up and it did not work. You see how bad the screw is? Tried it and it did not open. So this needs to be somehow cut. This is the pen which is hold the part in the back right here. All the rust which I mentioned removed. You see, you cannot see even the screw. After you clean here, seems like the rust just melt these two parts together. So I need to remove this out because the rust gonna get into everything else down the road and gonna mess it up. I also noticed this resistor, you see, is half of it is gone. I'm glad I had a picture of it, and so this one I had a picture before cleaning everything, so that I can see the colors, what it needs to be replaced with. That's why you take tons of pictures before you do anything. I saw a crack on it after, of course, zooming in with my camera, also on the magnifying glass, and that's what I've seen. And this capacitor here, also a piece of it is gone. When I was taking this apart, was a small piece was inside of it, so that was also broken. Again, I'm glad I kept that because I assume that's where it says what type of voltage This wire here was hooked up to this. Of course, you see the rust already broke off. It was right soldered right here. As soon as I touched it, it just popped out right here. I don't know what this mechanism is, but we don't need this. We want to take it out. I wish it was easier to take this out some other way to unscrew it. I'm going to check all the resistors. Some of this one also was rust out here because it's close to this part. That's why I want to remove that part. After all those cleaning, it's still dirty. I cannot rail it from here because I cannot see where the screw is. So I'm going to try to somehow remove it from other side. Anyway, let me work on that. Okay folks, I took this out. I use a grinder like that. It grind this off. You see the bolts? I just cut the bolt off. So this came off. And now at least I can start working, replacing these resistors, capacitor, and then try it out to see if it's going to work or not. Just want to show you up to now. So this tool did the job. I could rail it out, but you know, that I use that because it's much faster. Hopefully after all this work, this is going to work. We don't know, right? The only thing we can do, we can try. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then what? You know, we learn in the process, right? That's every project is, you know, learn from the process. This is pretty unique. I don't know what this is, what that is for, why they designed something like that. You see? They designed something like this. This was the pen goes inside the board. Of course, that was where I cut it off. And they soldered one wire right around here that you see is somewhere here that it came off. What this is for, I have no clue. Thing is, anyway, just want to show you the design of this. Okay, I'm going to take this antenna out. Already took a picture. I know where the wire goes. I need to put some insulation over them anyhow, so I'm going to remove it to make it easier. I should take it out right in the beginning instead of waiting. Alright, so that was connected right here. That's where it was. Let's put this aside so we don't damage it. I already took a bunch of pictures of the radio earlier, so I know where everything goes. See, that switch also started rusting out. I might need to take it out and clean it and put it back there. I don't like the stuff that starts rusting out because then it get damaged. Let's see if I want to take it out. There's a connection here and here. But I'm not going to worry at this time. That's going to be after the radio starts working. Again, this is one of those early transistor radio. Because all the transistors look very different. Alright, let's take this capacitor at least one side out, desolder it from the back to see what's, I cannot read the other side, to see what size it is. So looking here, this is right here. So you want to take this side out first. I want to see if I have that size or not. Okay, it came out. Alright, I need to figure out the size of this, and that was a positive side. You see it has a positive plus sign right here. Maybe use a magnifying glass to see if I can find out the size on this. You see how bad it is? I'm going to take this side as well. So this is a negative. Okay. So let's check it out. I know this piece, which I'm glad I had. It was right. It belonged to here. Let's see if I can figure out on the magnifying glass. Is it MEC Nashville UF something? Man, hard to read. I'm going to take a picture of this and so I can enlarge it. Yeah, it is a 100 UF 3 volts. So I need to find something 100 microfarad, and volts can be any volts. Over 3 volts should be fine. Man, I'm glad I had that piece. If that piece was missing, there was no way I could figure out this. Alright, I looked through this bag of capacitors that I have, and this is what I bought years ago. There's tons of them in there. And I found 100 microfarad is a 35 volts, which is fine. So I bend the post like this, you know, so it will fit right here. But before I install it, I'm gonna see if it's in the acceptable range or not, which should be fine. So we're going to install this here. So positive is here, negative is here. And usually these capacitors, they mark them, and if you can see it or not, that's the negative side. Older one that I showed you, they mark the positive. I wish I had this type of capacitors, you know, like those where I ran out. I can use this, this should be fine. I'm just going to heat up here and press it through. See, it came through all the way. And same thing here. Then I will solder it. See, that's true. I'm going to now solder this side, and we should be fine. I'm going to bend it a little bit like that so it holds. Okay. We're going to take this extra wire off. Okay, that side is fine. See, one was right here, another one was right here. Now let's work on this resistor. Okay, this was the colors of that resistor right here. So it's like brown, black. Not sure if this is white or silver. I think it's white. If I look over there's silver. See, that's silver and that is white. As you saw, I changed these capacitors. That was 100 microfarad. This was 3 microfarad, but had no reading at all. And the last one, I don't know if you can see it or not, is 8 microfarad, 3 volts. So that one I tested and is very off as well. All 3 was very off. Alright, and this is the back of the PC board, of course. You know, you see the color, this color area, that battery corrosion was all over. You see all this area. And what I did, I got this product, put it inside a container like this, and I took this outside the house. Do not do this inside the house. And actually I sprayed everything back here, use a paintbrush like that, went over everything, spray it again, make sure all the corrosion comes off, and let it dry. And then after it's totally dry, got a green pen like this, and I start, dyeing all this like that. You might ask why I'm doing this, or why did I do this? Because all these are, you see, all these things, if it's not protected, they will rust out. Then when I finish with this, if the radio starts working and everything is done, then I'm gonna also put a clear coat in the back. Again, why I'm doing all this process? To protect all these traces. These are all copper, and if the copper exposed to the weather without any protection, it will rust, it will dissolve, then I'm going to have a lot of issue down the road. You see up here how it is, they're all protected. That's what I have to do here. Do you need to use this? Not really, but I'm using it to just make it look better. Because otherwise, if I didn't use this, it was very discolored and it didn't look good. They already have some green. As you see, there are some green, that's a manufacturer. So I was trying to do something like they did. Again, you don't need to use that, but definitely you need to protect this, otherwise it will rust. Alright, hopefully this makes sense what I'm talking about. Alright, now what we're going to do, I'm going to spend time to do two things. Looking for the cold soldering issues, or if there is any of these traces are broken or not, especially because it was rust out. So the easiest way for me, I get a phone and then I start focusing. With the phone you can focus like this. That's what I usually do, look through everything so you can even focus more. So that is how I go check everything one by one. So use your phone. What you're looking for they call it cold soldering, and that means the solder is not set correctly, or the manufacturer, when they were soldering it, something went wrong. As you see some of my other transistors radio videos that I made, you can see a bunch of issues. So that's the first method. Then after you checked everything, what I do now, I want to see, of course, if any of this are broken. Sometimes it's hard to see because it's like a hairline, and so I get my multimeter, I set it on the sound right here, on the sound, you see, I set it right here. Then I look through the traces here. To give you an example, I want to know if this trace is fine or not, right? I put one here, one, look through the trace. So now I know this is fine, right? Because under magnifying glass I saw something here, so I want to double check. Let's look at this one. Start from here, comes all the way, goes all the way up here, goes all the way back there, right? I can come here. You see? I can continue. Come all the way here. We know that is fine. So that is how I trace if there is any issue. If, let's say, it was here was cut off, I solder that area. There's so many different methods you can use, but this is the easiest thing for me. And working with transistor radio, again, PC board, these are the two methods I use, and it really helped me out. Hopefully all this trick's going to help you as well. Alright, next what we're going to do, we want to make sure all these IF transformers and all these units are actually operational. When I say operational, I mean there is any type of ohm reading in those. If there is no ohm reading, it doesn't show anything, then I know that might be the issue. These are what I learned through the years. You locate where they are, look at the back of the board. We know this is here, right? So I set my multimeter to ohm. Now I want to see, is there any reading back here? We should see some type of reading here. So let's try this too here. Okay. How about this one? Okay. So every connection I'm testing. Alright. I don't want to take them out of the board. This is just a quick test. That's all it is. So you want to do all of them. So that is another thing. That is a good thing to do before you continue, to make sure at least the parts in the radio is okay. If it's not okay, then we have to take it apart to see what's going on with them. Alright? Hopefully this assists you as well. I'll be honest with you, it takes so much time to make these videos, editing, uploading, and make sure there's enough information that it actually makes sense, you know, if you want to follow. At this time, I want to take the opportunity and thank my subscribers with their uplifting comment. You always encourage me to upload more videos, since this is just a hobby of mine. Again, I appreciate you. Enjoy all these videos, and you all have an awesome day. Take care. If you're interested to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you will be notified when a new video being uploaded. You have a great day.